Last Chinese player standing on receive. It's Miwa to start it off. Quite a first rally. If that's the starting point, we are in for a show. The touch here and a little break off the top of the net as it gets caught, stays shallow. We saw one earlier with Chun-Yi that was really close to in the hand, and the umpire made the perfect call without any replay. Just a reminder, from the start, day one in this event, the women's draw suffered a serious loss of seedage, meaning the top 8 women were falling left and right. These are the last 2 remaining, so we're only going to have 1 seed in the final 4.
Net 3 love.
It's pretty crazy when you think about it. 3 of the final 4 were not in the top 8. Good deep push. Wang Yidi controlling from inside the table even without attacking. That said, hasn't dropped a point yet. In case you're into color coordination, so is Wang Yidi from hair to shoes. The pace. Okay. Beating anyone from Team China in the women's game with speed, with pace, feels like trying to put out the sun by throwing an ice cube at it. It's just not likely to work. But change of pace, slowing down the game, variation. We'll see what Miwa can do in that department. All fairly standard so far, and for Wang Yidi, it's just like practice. Not a point dropped yet from the 3rd seed. And the crowd looking for an overthrowing of the domination of Team China.
7 love.
Neither of these players are from the continent here. It's simply because China is so dominant in table tennis. That's crazy. Wang Yidi counters that wide forehand, defends the ball. Finally, Miwa's able to get a point, but it took a lot of digging in this. Good block there. Wang Yidi was in a position to be up 8-0 with that higher backhand, which is always an uncomfortable shot.
Net 1-7.
There it is, sneaks it past. Good opening, deep drive to the middle, then one right down the line. Harimoto there, the father of 2 stars here. Very difficult to tell that she was going to play that ball that wide.
Net 2-7.
The serve was so good. She got Wang Yidi to pull back and play a push, but still, Wang Yidi, watch how softly she touches that ball. Just a little bit of height, but keeps it shallow. Nice escape here. Wang Yidi didn't take the first opportunity to attack, and I can't fault her for it. She's won the overwhelming majority of points this game, 8 out of 11 so far. Chiquita, little side and a little top with that backhand inside the table, and at the second towel break, Miwa making her moves. The ball was already spinning that way, like hitting a basketball spinning on your finger. Miwa doing the same with her banana flick.
5-8.
So 3 in a row from down 2-8. Miwa Harimoto finding a bit of stability in the rallies. The subtleties that these players can bring to the game, the minor tweaks and adjustments they make to change timing, are unnoticeable to the human eye at times. And again, if you were to draw lines on the table, how close to the baseline Miwa's shots are, all 3 of those were inside the baseline by a little bit. Slightly more safer, slightly more arc. Tomo did a lot of that to beat Wang Chuqin in Yokohama.
9-6.
But a much needed point to get control back after 4 for Miwa. It's Wang Yidi up by 3. Extension as wide as can be, and that far behind the table. It's just that much more ground to cover. Miwa on the chase here. Wang Yidi has a very strong stance. That base keeps her close, recovering quickly. 4 game points for the number 3 seed. Only needs the 1. Hack it, bag it. Wisdom for Wang Yidi to spin the ball. Reminder that she has time. Stay close to the table, keep spinning, and keeping your balance for a change of timing, because a lot of slower, shallower shots come in. But in the fast exchange, she knows just what to do. Quality of the shots in this one. Miwa putting a little bit more behind the last 2 shots. Whole body into it, the twist of the waist. This is something that a lot of amateur competitors don't know how to do. What Miwa just did twice under pressure with her waist.
1-2.
It's not a natural thing. A lot of this needs to be worked on hard. Doesn't hurt having been born in a home that's a table tennis club with 2 provincial players as your parents. Chinese provincial players who moved to Japan.
3-1.
Piaoliang indeed, a beautiful shot here. Wang Yidi. Just as many points as she is in seeding. Miwa would like the same right now, but needs 4 in a row here. Or at least 4. Wang Yidi. That is leg strength. The second to last shot. It looked like she was leaning back for the first, but she still explodes. And the extension on this, you want to know how powerful a player is? Look at the quads. Wang Yidi's powerful.
2-4.
That said, power doesn't always win the point. We've seen touch, we've seen control, we've seen change of pace. Miwa might know what it feels like to be a Chinese national team player for the briefest of moments here in this stadium.
2-5.
And to elaborate on that, anyone playing for Team China, 2025 has been a full calendar. And almost anywhere on the planet that Team China goes, the fans follow and show their support. It's the national sport. It's always home court advantage for Team China. But not in Montpellier. This is Wang Yidi playing against the crowd. And more specifically, someone who has the crowd behind her, Miwa Harimoto. That said, she leads by 4 with the serves back on her blade.
6-3.
Chiquita again, look at the side spin, the kick on that. It's like the second bounce of a heavy top side spin pendulum serve. Maybe even more drastic.
4-7.
I don't think I've paid enough compliments to Wang Yidi just yet. Yes, she's had her ups and downs as one of the leaders of Team China. Outside of Wang Manyu, Sun Ying-sha, I feel like Wang Yidi's had her share of defeats at the hands of foreigners.
8-4.
That said, she's incredible in the rally. She's got one of the best records against Sun Ying-sha of anybody on the team. She's so good at recovering, very wide stance, strong base, good on both wings, knows when to accelerate, plays the odds. Arcing spin, this is what's needed. The trajectory, the timing change. There it is, the points finally level with the seeding for Miwa. And the difference is Wang Yidi's seeding. As fast as can be that turn. Decision making. Table tennis is a game of decision making. And the faster you can make a decision, the quicker you can start working towards your goals. This is analogous for life. And in table tennis, it is of the utmost importance. Little break off the net here.
9.
Little fortune for the player with the crowd behind her. Now this one a little bit more to the backhand side of the elbow here, but not by a lot. Let's take a look. Okay, from this camera angle, it seemed pretty much right at the elbow. Enough to get Wang Yidi to turn, but she would have had to play it wide to the forehand to hit it past.
10-7.
3 game points for Wang Yidi to go up 2-0. Remember, their WTT head-to-head is 3-0 for Wang Yidi. Never lost, not in WTT. Strawberry side spin, but the follow-up attack is loaded with spin. Not trying to overpower, but simply change the pace, secure the shot, and keep it low. That's perfect. If Miwa can do that time and time again, it's not going to be easy for Wang Yidi to counter with confidence. Two game points left for Yidi.
9.
Earning a higher ball, Miwa's able to really transfer a lot of power into this one. Long empty serve. Overlifted and across the ball. Miwa saves another game point. One more to go for Wang Yidi.
Let 9-10.
Tough serve to pull off. Modified reverse pendulum. Changes it up for the shovel serve. And it's deceptive as can be. Miwa Harimoto saves 3 game points. And they will alternate serves until one has a 2-point lead. It is boots. What a recovery. Perfect hands, the closure of the racket. To get that ball was impressive, but to play it with that control is next level. This is top seed stuff. Top seed left in the draw anyway. Miwa earned an opportunity, but it's game point Wang Yidi once again. Long serve, and the arcing shot is handled this time around. Wang Yidi closes the door. Game number 3, it's Miwa to serve down 0-2.
1 love.
A little bit off the top of the net in a fast exchange. Nice to get that camera angle just to try and appreciate, gain another perspective for what it's like out here. The production's incredible. We get so many different views to just see how the ball is moving, what the players are dealing with. And this one, good to see the arc of the ball, the trajectory of that arcing shot. And this is a shot of a shot. A little meta camera work there for you. Table tennisception.
3-1.
Rare to say this, but after 4 points have been played, it is the first point this game for Wang Yidi. That was very impressive because Miwa had to deal with a taste of her own medicine. Wang Yidi spun the ball very slowly and shallowly on that first. And then Miwa punches back, controls, and then opens up with the wrist for the speed.
One, 5.
Miwa just keeps on moving. The momentum she needs. The moto momentum. The idea is right. If I'm on her bench, I'm nodding my head, yes. Soft touch on the first one. You have to play a push from the baseline, push it long, so that's the first. Now that, if that comes down on the far corner, at least she stays in the point because she has more predictability for the angle of that next attack. Oh, but this one, who would have guessed? Wang Yidi snapping on that like a mouse trap on a mouse neck. It's grim, but that's the reality for mice and for Miwa in that point. Good deep serve.
7.
The bait left on the deep corner. Looking sharp. The new do, Harimoto.
Four, 7. Seven, 5.
Man, the momentum that was once Miwa's is now Wang Yidi's. It feels like a blink of an eye ago. It was 1-6 favoring Miwa. Wang Yidi has a lot of pressure. You carry a lot of people when you carry the Chinese flag.
8-5.
And again, in table tennis, there's no other sport like it for China. Table tennis was basically China's way to show the world their excellence and become friends with the rest of the world once again, from the United States to Australia to India to all sorts of countries through table tennis. Oh, and a break, some fortune here. She just keeps coming back. Miwa cannot escape. I mean, she can. But it hasn't happened yet. She's just in front by 2. That is quality on a forehand. Again, decision making. Another thing about decision making that's analogous for life is when you make a decision, if you go back and forth, you make very slow progress. And on this timeout, 1-point ball game, Wang Yidi with the momentum. Just so strong. This was the conversation from Miwa. Harimoto, dad was basically saying, we got to try this shovel. We got to come in with something different in the variation, it sounded like. Miwa said, she's so strong on the counters. Her attacks, her spins.
9-8.
A little bit of figuring here. Many of you might know better than I do. But a big point for Miwa. To get closer, she needed it. After being up 6-1, this has been too close for comfort. Wang Yidi was stretched, but not bothered, not taken off balance. This is what a strong base is all about. Those quads aren't just for power and shots. They're for lifting the upper half of the body right back up. You don't have to think too hard to think about other players with massive quads that have just had Gumby-like upper bodies. 6 of the last 8, Wang Yidi, and it's tied at 9-all. Ooh.
9.
Wang Yidi manages to sneak one past. Serve success, 14% better at 60%, Wang Yidi, compared to the 46 of Miwa. And with the second serve here, again, 60 is closer to 50 than it is 100, so time will tell. But she takes both. She goes against the odds. That said, they're supporting a player down 0-3 right now in Miwa Harimoto. Little fortune here as Miwa takes the point. By the way, Wang Yidi in WTT is 3-0, but overall she's 3-2 against Miwa. Miwa beat her at the Asian Championships 3-2, 4-1 the World Cup.
1-0.
That was in 2024. So it's not out of the question, far from. They've played to the decider twice before. They're 50-50 in the decider against each other. Wonderful serve, bottle challenge to a righty, from a righty. Long pendulum serve to the forehand. Miwa recovers the net in the rally and still goes right back into full flow mode. I think this is something that the pros do really well. It'd be easy for others to be like, I'm at a disadvantage. She hit the net. Nope. You just keep playing. You can't change the past.
1-4.
6-1 in last game wasn't enough. At the first towel break, it's an encouraging score line, but it's simply, well, a good start to something that still needs to be finished and hasn't been yet. Not a game on the scoreboard for Miwa Harimoto. Now, Wang Yidi's had some tough losses in her career, but it's made her stronger. It's made her prepared for moments like these.
1.
2 Oh, there it is. She was on the chase, and at the first opportunity to put some pressure behind the ball, Wang Yidi does just that. Miwa starts to turn, but a little bit early. Wang Yidi finds a very small square on the table there. Just that deepest corner to put it past. Change of pace, soft to cover the middle, something uncomfortable. 7-2. Is this new territory for Miwa? Wow.
7-3.
Little nod to the umpire there. Couldn't see the ball for the longest time. Looking like Truls out here, a little bit like Simone, just sort of fishing under the table. Control, swing, where to go? Well, right over to Nico Zorn in the umpire chair.
Seven, 4.
2 in a row. Wang Yidi, Miwa does not have a timeout left. That was inflated in the last game. Like an airbag. That is scary good.
7.
It is some leftovers from Halloween Haunt. Wang Yidi behind the table, out of position, pulls her way back in, regains control. Miwa started that point so well. This is called playing the odds, not going for broke from behind the table, but working her way back in. It's not easy to win a point from that far back, but you can make yourself closer to the table, create a bigger threat and a better position.
5-8.
Much needed. 3 points in front Miwa. Remember, it is a must-win for Miwa. She's down 0-3. Only way Miwa can win this is in the 7th. Sabina Winter did it earlier today.
9-5.
The idea was right. Wang Yidi's got some clever play. Tough shot, though. A little bit of a risk. Ooh, second bounce. That is the shorter side of half long. Waiting for Godot, where Godot is the ball coming off the table. Never showed up. That's what it takes. Wang Yidi gets a big shot. Sometimes when your opponent makes the big shot, it takes them longer to recoil, to recover. And it is 4 game points for Miwa Harimoto. Touch does it, 11-6. Miwa gets her first game on the scoreboard. She's 40-60. Miwa with the momentum.
Love 1.
Nothing slow about this rally. Still stretching it out, trying to stay loose here. Ooh, edge of the table here, but a gutsy shot on the parallel. Side and top spin here. Sounded like you, Harimoto.
Two, 1.
It's unbelievable the focus that it takes to get a point against any professional player, let alone someone who's the number 3 seed. The top Chinese player in the draw.
2-4.
That said, Miwa's had her experience. More experience in WTT than Wang Yidi by what, 40-something games? If I remember correctly, maybe 46 more matches, rather.
3.
It's a pretty significant percentage of their careers. Miwa's been playing like crazy. It's good to be young. So the top remaining seed in the draw, Wang Yidi.
3, 4.
And in this must-win game for Miwa, she's got the support of the crowd. Different seats, though. Chinese fans are here after that floaty serve, light underspin. Remember, the table has wonderful traction. The ball doesn't slide. So when you play a backspin serve, the spin comes off it because of the forward momentum and the traction. Ooh.
3.
Timeout? I mean, she put her hands together in a way. I'm happy she's up on her feet quickly. Side spin comes in. The footing here. Ooh. She's fine.
4.
Seems to be that way anyway. If she wasn't, of course, she'd get attention. Meaning she would take care of the necessities to make sure that her bright future is not jeopardized in any way. Especially here in this event at a crucial moment. This match still could go either way. Momentum with Miwa.
5, 4.
Looking for that deep shot to the corner. Table not long enough. You can feel the intention with every shot. And that's important. If a shot doesn't have intention at this level, the opponent will take advantage. It's a lack of focus by one that'll be quickly exploited by the other side. Took a risk, Miwa, and it came right back. So that's why she screamed with excitement, because that big shot wasn't the one that finished it. She was able to regain a bit of balance and spin it back. Elbow. Elbow meets ball. Team doctor for China. It's so fascinating learning the lives of some of these Chinese national team members in different ways. For years, traveling the globe, supporting players in the most honorable way, the national sport of China. And that's the one to finish it. On the parallel, Miwa. That is some guts, or as Fraser would say, minerals. In this exchange, Miwa turns it around like a sprinkler on automatic. Yep, Japanese squad as well. It takes a village. I wasn't even sure if that missed the chase. It was the reaction of the crowd. Miwa put it right back at baseline, and then that punching shot, Wang Yidi comes very close. They're moves ahead of the rest of the world. They know it's likely to come back.
7, 8.
Good service pressure here from Wang Yidi with the heavy backspin on the shorter side of half long. Good quick decision from Miwa, but again overpowered by the spin. strategy pays off. Sometimes it's adrenaline. Quadriaruna, who I hope is healing up quickly, said in a match, he plays 110%. That's a punchline to a much more interesting story, but I do feel that adrenaline really carries you in moments like this.
10-7.
Adrenaline or not, it is 3 game points for Miwa in a must-win situation. She's done it twice before. She's beaten Wang Yidi twice before. Ooh, what a shot, comes down on the edge, but corner to corner here. Wang Yidi goes wide with the first push. Good placement, nice and deep. That gives her a chance on this drive. The farther away your opponent is, the more narrow, the more acute the angle is, the more predictable their attack is.
8-10.
2 game points left, Miwa. Parallel does it. Miwa extends her lifeline here. Back for game 6, it's Wang Yidi, 3-2 up. The momentum continues for Miwa. Soft hands and the grunt. She explodes through that one. For this shot to come back, you just have to be so fast to get there. Bringing Wang Yidi in over the table like that and then sending it right back to baseline on the parallel, it's a clever combo. Crowd's gonna like this. A game number 7 here in Montpellier. The headliner is Alexis Lebrun today, but the opening acts have been really spectacular. It's the perfect setup. The long push followed by the punch. Not a lot of topspin on it. Miwa will make this shot. Net recovery, handles it well. Okay, just comes up a bit off the racket. Good replay there to see it from a different angle. Not far from the baseline, but Wang Yidi within 2. This is the type of time when Miwa would call a timeout if she still had it. It's Wang Yidi and those quick recoveries, that strong base I was talking about earlier on. It feels like quite some time ago now. Beautiful counter. Miwa powers through. Now, I've talked a lot about the leg strength of Wang Yidi. Miwa definitely very strong in the legs as well. You can see the way she works here. How beautiful is this arena? Quality in every shot, and Miwa mixed it up nice and well. Some shallow, some deep, yet Wang Yidi had the answer to everything. Quads, keep your eyes on them. The knees are so bent. Every shot, Wang Yidi is able to get power behind her shot with those little twists, those little springs into the ball. Most of the time when we've heard Miwa grunt, it's led to her success. Wang Yidi has just turned up her game in terms of calibrating to the spin and pace coming in. But the placement, long push right to that deep forehand corner. Miwa took a chance going on the short side.
5.
And this time it pays off. You have to remember, the perfect shot really depends on, one, who your opponent is. There are just too many factors. But where the opponent is moving is super important. Miwa played the opponent in that rally.
6-4.
So fluid with that wrist.
Please play.
Tension slows down muscles. The brain controls that. Breathing, focus. But the quality on this, Wang Yidi opens up well. Even with the length of the table and in position, Wang Yidi is waiting for that cross court. Extra spin on the backhand, the dip. The French fans love it. We've seen a lot of flags on faces painted here today. Again, France loves its table tennis. And no better place than Montpellier. Thank you to the Lebrons.
Five, 8.
Three points in front. Miwa has worked hard to get here. My favorite stat is how players play in the decider. Now, no matter who wins this, as a spectator, I think we'd all like to see it. That's tough. Well played, Wang Yidi. High ball comes in. Only go to the forehand if you can hit it out of reach. Wang Yidi knows this, knows it well. Exactly what she does, the timing.
Eight, 7.
Doesn't miss by much, but it tightens up the score line. You need a high-speed camera to capture this action because they are moving fast. 2 in a row, Wang Yidi hasn't used her timeout. The way things are going, she has no need for it right now. Took a chance, earned it. Sometimes you have to. That was big. It's handcuffing these backhand-to-backhand rallies where you're searching for the elbow or the opportunity to go wide. It's a slightly slower shot from Wang Yidi, and Miwa said, it's now, go, go. These moments, they don't last long. The rip down the line, the spring and the punch, it is 3 game points. There are only 2 Harimotos here and only 1 left in either of the men's and women's draws. Or women's draws, and it's only this one, Miwa, with 3 game points. Takes it, and we are going you know where. Can she keep up the pattern? So far, so good. Ale Harimoto. The French fans will cheer. Now the 45-60 stat, that's just how they do in deciding games in general, but against each other, they're 50-50 in the decider. Beautiful flick, one of the toughest shots in the game, a forehand flick, and Wang Yidi gets way up on her feet for that. Soft hands, just a little bit of height. That is some fine margin for error right there. Interesting. Very interesting. I say that because Miwa, 2 points in a row, it felt like tension was a factor.
1-3.
Remember all that talk about the muscle and how the brain tightens things up? We saw Xu Hui earlier with Chun Yi trying to keep her loose. wiggling the fingers, saying, relax, you've got this. Wang Yidi looking for the same right now. So far, so good.
1-4.
Loose like a whip, much faster than a stick. So remember, Wang Yidi has a yellow card. If she gets another one, it's a yellow-red, and it costs her a point. Point to the opponent. No, I didn't see it. I heard the please play. You would imagine it was for Miwa Harimoto, but it could have gone either way. Could have been for the receiver.
1-4.
No limit to how many lets you can serve. You could have let serves forever if you would live forever, which nobody's done yet, but everyone is on the way to doing so far. Angles. Geometry class with Professor Harimoto out here, the 17-year-old. That guy likes it. The most fun class you can be in. I hope there are geometry teachers around the world that are showing this match live right now. Just pausing it and pulling out their protractors. 2 points between them in the decider. Miwa right now full of Sanrio surprises. Bad Bats Maru in the hair. Heavy spin comes in and carries just long. Good placement from Miwa just off that back edge. Huge point to switch sides. Wang Yidi needed it. That's the loudest we've heard her. Wang Yidi is as chill as they come. She's probably roared louder. She's had some tough matches throughout her career. You don't play for Team China with anything less than the best in the world chomping at your tail, trying to catch you. Outright service on the shovel. So subtle. And a timeout now for Wang Yidi. There it is. The thing about that drop is it looks sort of like the snakes. Encouragement is quite a powerful gift to give. But a powerful backhand wins the point. Miwa comes right back. 5 points apiece, 2 in a row since they switched sides. And the first point out of the timeout. The psychology in sports. How coaches tweak their attitudes to make sure they get the best out of their players.
6-5.
It's going to differ from player to player. It's like being a good friend, knowing what is needed on the other side. Of the last 16 points, there's nothing between them. 50-50. By the way, 50 Cent performed here. This exchange, it is quite a battle. Remember, Miwa won the last 3 games, 6, 8, and 7. That's all she allowed. Xu Hui. Sometimes it's a little bit of tough love. Sometimes it's a reminder, you got this. I believe in you. You need to as well.
Net 5-7.
Man, what an atmosphere in here. What an exchange. It's a 3-point lead. 3 in a row for Wang Yidi. Again, the passion from the Chinese fans. Their last chance for China to take a title. Boom. from Wang Yidi. Wow. The net, the third player in this point, made quite an appearance. It was a complete reset. Look at that. Miwa slowing it way down. Wang Yidi saying, yep, I'm not rushing either. And then they picked up the speed. 2 points away from a semi-final. Wang Yidi. Oh, this is devastating pace. As fast as can be back and forth, they're always in the right spot. In the last one, not with a 10-foot pole. Maybe, just maybe, with the 10-foot pole. There are Miwa fans, there are Wang Yidi fans, and there are neutrals. And the neutrals applauded that one. 5 match points. Good angle. Wang Yidi had the table covered quite well. And Miwa really was Aerosmith on that, living on the edge. Look at the bend on that ball. Time and space. She bent it all. Wang Yidi closes the door after being beaten 3 games in a row by a very convincing lead.